Hello, what a surprise. It is, hello, hi, it's Jay. What a surprise. It is March the 31st, and I'm going to talk about what my goals were for this month and how I did to propel myself on to getting my goals for next month going, or just, I finding it a good process to check in at the end of each month or somewhere around the end of each month about my goals. So, and then to set, then hopefully tomorrow or the next day, set up what my goals for the next month will be. And oftentimes these lists are sort of the same as they go along for a month. Either I'm carrying over activities or I just didn't get to something that I like, okay, I will get to it the next month. Okay, I will get to it the next month. So yeah, let's go. Let me quickly go through those goals. So goal number one, time with Ja, lunch/walks. We definitely, on the weekend, we always seem to do find a time to go out for a lunch. And by go out for lunch, I mean get something from A&W or McDonald's and go down to the water and have a bit of a chat. And yeah, we had a really good talk in our last one of that. Actually, I don't think it was last weekend, but the weekend before that, we actually did kind of talk about some important stuff for the both of us. So that was good. That was good. And yes, definitely that'll be something I'll be continuing. Number two is walking the dogs. Yeah, I've gotten into a good thing with walking the dogs of I get up in the morning, get the dogs leashed up, and their first outing of the day, that's when we do the walk. And that's actually been really effective of getting that done immediately. Means that I've been very consistent, at least on weekdays, of get everybody out, give them a good walk. So that has been awesome. Number three is early to bed, early to rise, which I kind of wavered over, but actually I set an alarm for 8:30 for myself, which I know doesn't sound like it is particularly that early, but for somebody who gets off work at 11, bikes home, has a couple of things to do on here, and I write in my journal, and then I do a little bit of reading. That's actually probably 8:30 is probably a good goal. There is a lot of 15-minute, another 15 minutes, another 15 minutes sort of thing. And on my first day back to work, I always have to take 20 minutes, 20-minute nap during the day, but that doesn't negate the hopefully getting up semi promptly. Number four is no evening snack or comma question mark light, which was a is a worthy goal, and I don't think I've accomplished that. I think I need to continue to work on that because at the moment I have chocolate, I have seeds, I've gotten into having I had not tortilla chips and guacamole. I did not have a light snack for bed last night, and that's something I should think of going forward because of all my calorie intake. Taking a whole bunch of calories just before going to sleep is not a good idea. So yes, and I've been having my dinner very late because I'm not eating with the residents because I've got my mask on. I wait until later, so could really be cutting down heavily my on my snack. And yeah, yeah, I'll have to think about how I can do that to make it. I don't think I'm going to eliminate it, but to make it a small thing would be a really good idea. Number five is the phone hygiene and earbuds. As far as phone hygiene, yeah, I've kept it out of kept the phone out of the bedroom. I'm still doing the earbuds. I should. I would like to do the thing where I just put my earbuds in here with my phone. I think that would be a really good idea. And in addition to that, this is probably an add-on to my stuff, is being more thoughtful about YouTube videos. I'm looking for a piece of paper that I can write on. Is yeah, right here. I'm gonna add on something about YouTube and just sort of other media that I'm watching because I find I'm sucking up a lot of time with that, and that is I'm feeling slightly low energy or slightly depressed, so I watch videos and then I don't get much done and I feel more depressed or more low energy because I haven't gotten anything done. So that is something I'd like to kind of examine that little cycle there and try and break it. I don't want to ban media from my life. That would not be realistic, but to say, okay, where are appropriate times to do that, and where are other times like, oh, I'd like to fill this with getting some writing done, or I would like to get this fill this with doing a video or doing prep work for a video or getting writing, those all those sorts of things, getting that done versus just and there's some perfectly legitimate times where you're like, okay, I am tired and I need to rest, and what that can look like. So yes, that's my add-on. Number 6 is getting to work on time. I think I need to work harder on the work on time. I was a couple of minutes late yesterday, and it's like ideally I should be 5 minutes early, which means I should be I should be pushing my bike out of the driveway at 2:30, not stumbling out the door at 2:37, rushing around and pushing the bike away at 2:41. That's how I end up late to work. So number 7 is daily osteo exercises. All good during the week when I'm at work because there's a very specific time that I do them. Where I can see the holes in my thing, which I had one, two, three holes, which is not bad out of the month where I didn't do any exercises. So and those holes are on Sundays and Mondays and a Tuesday off where there's the holes where I didn't get exercise done. So it's making a definite thought of like, okay, where in my off time should I put that? Should I put it right after walking the dogs or before walking the dog? Probably after walking the dogs. So, but yeah, I mean, 3 out of 31 will be really awesome. Number 8 is publish 5 reviews / vids. I did not check how many reviews and videos in general that I did this month. I was fairly consistent. And actually I probably have a video on Spike that this should be my push to say, okay, I'm going to publish that today. Then I will have published another video in the month of March, and that will probably put me up. And I've got a whole bunch of other ones on Spike ready that I need to just edit and get out. So yeah, I think I'm doing. I feel like I'm doing fairly regular there. Number 9 is doing a daily journal keeping, which most definitely doing that daily. Though I want to try and keep it fresh and not fall into kind of a rut in it. So that'll be something to talk about. Number 10 is daily tasks with a bracket toilet around it, which is the idea of making a keep notes list of daily tasks to do. And hey, when you're sitting on the toilet, take out your phone and look at your to-do list. And that has actually been remarkably effective. And I should continue to keep that in mind. Number 11 is my no ums vocal improvement / speech videos a week. 1 speech video a week for study, which I've definitely been doing, and my no ums videos I've been doing. And the every 2 weeks vocal exercise, just recording me doing vocal exercises, because I do vocal exercises each day, and then every 2 weeks I record a session of that to show progress to myself. Not that I've gone back and looked at them. I should at some point. Like look at my very first one and then look at my most present one. That would be interesting. Number 12 was finish the short story, and I did finish that short story. That actually I probably did in 2 days. I'm still writing each day. You can refer to other videos with the travails on that. Yes. Number 13 is meta goal work. Which was to come up with do a meta goal video on writing and speech video presentation, which think I did. I should take a look back and see. It's completely gone out. It's completely gone out of my head, but I believe I did indeed do a meta goal. Did do a meta goal video. So yeah, that was, I guess, it was not a bad month. I'm finding using the daily kind of to-do list has helped me be more productive. I've broken things down into a lot more smaller, manageable little chunks. Even if I don't get something roar ahead with something, I try and get, like, with my writing, or like with editing, or with prepping a video. I try and do like a little 15-minute chunk of it each day, and those 15 minutes, 15 minutes times 31, in the most ideal thing, but even 15 minutes times 20, that actually adds up to a good hunk of minutes, and I can actually get a fair amount of work done. And it's funny when there's some things, some days you're like, oh God, and maybe you only get 5 or 10 minutes of writing done. But there's other days where you go, oh, and suddenly it's a half an hour later, and you've really you get a lot of work done on a task. But getting yourself to sit down for each one, I think that kind of evens it out in the end to an average of actually 15 minutes times 20, even though there's maybe some 5-minute ones in there. All right. So yeah, that is my March goals. Things are clicking ahead. I still get my very down, low energy or depressed days, but there's been a bit of a structure here that actually kind of helps me keeps me on track, buoys me up a little bit. If I'm feeling down, but it's like, okay, look, I'll get like 1 or 2 things done on my list, and if I get one thing done on my list, that actually makes me feel better. Whereas if I didn't have the list and I was feeling down, I would just get nothing done. So yeah, that is all going well. This is all about building habits and supports for myself that can help me be productive, and help me be fairly happy and content, which is what you're kind of going for. It's never going to be super sunshine and roses all the time, but it can buoy your mood, and it can support you when you're feeling crappy, which is really good. All right, I will leave it there. That's been Mrch Gls Wrp-p for 2022. I've been Jay. More videos later.